relations between the two countries are very important for a variety of reasons. As you know, historically, Botswana played a very important role in our own liberation. As you know, it was the only outlet country to the continent. That relationship continues even after 1994. And Botswana is one of the good neighbor countries. We have very good relations, and that's why, among other things, we decided to structure our relationship through the BNC rather, so that we can look at the areas that could be weaker and the areas that we need to do more, allow our officials and ministers to discuss where we think we should strengthen up, where there are weaknesses. And the BNC therefore helps from that point of view, that once in a year we are able to meet, to look and evaluate what has happened. This was the second meeting here. The first one was in South Africa. And we have made very good progress. And we are very satisfied with the reports that we received today and the plans that are there going forward. And we believe that there is clarity. Our meeting was very good, very smooth, very clear on the issues. We agree on a number of issues. So the relations are very good, and we believe...
Sir, in your opening remarks, you spoke about the need to develop a strategic partnership with Botswana. What kind of strategic partnership are you looking to establish with this country?
We would want good results, good outcomes of a strategic partnership. Strategic in the sense that there are many things that we can do with Botswana that would make the two countries and the economies of the two countries to, in a sense, grow together, so to speak. For an example, there are matters of energy, which are very important. There are matters of water that are very important. There are other issues that are important between the two countries. If you just had relations in generalities, that would not spell out how important this neighbor is. So we're saying we must have strategic ones where we could help one another to develop our countries, to change the qualities of lives of our people together, so that Botswana should rely on South Africa and South Africa should rely on Botswana. When we say let us have strategic things, we need to identify these. There are many of such things that we could identify as critical in our relationship. That's what we are saying. It should not just be another kind of relationship. It should be a kind of relationship that we have strategized, that we know exactly what will be the outcomes.
There are concerns around the whole issue of borders, that the closing of borders prohibits or disturbs business from continuing. And there are sentiments that probably, the issue of borders opening or some borders opening for 24 hours should really be looked at between the two countries. What do you say on that?
Definitely. If the borders, as you know, the borders have been growing and the volumes of transport has been growing, certainly in any situation you have to stop and review what is happening between countries. In some borders, I know, for an example, the hours were extended because of the volume of the trade that goes between countries. In the developed countries, for an example, there are areas where borders no longer close. I think it goes with the time, it goes with the growth of the economy and the need, therefore. That will then necessitate engagement to say, what can we do? Because trade must go on all the time. I don't think anyone would want the economy to go to sleep at some point. The economy must grow, but that must be determined by really the volume of the trade and the transportation of goods and commodities. I'm sure the ministers relevant to this will certainly meet and discuss, engage, because generally people look at the volume. How is the volume during the day, during the night? Which other countries pass through, for an example? Like in Botswana, there will be other kind of countries north that still come, like Zambia, etc. So those matters, I think, will be discussed in this structured relationship.